Theresa Cain. Theresa Cain is from a small town in central Wisconsin called Spencer. She's the oldest of four, and she's the first generation college student. Her parents both worked. Her mom was a nurse but attended a tech school, and she didn't value the idea of going to a four-year university for a degree. She thought it was useless, and so most of her time on campus was taking opportunities to better herself and stuff like that. So one of the first things that she did was she volunteered a lot through the community. One of the things she talked about was working in homeless shelters and with the Salvation Army, and she thought that was a really good way to open herself up to the world. And then one of the best things she said she did was when she, for their final clinical, they go to they get their choice of hospital where they go to, and she wanted to be challenged the most. So she had her nursing advisors set her up with the Mayo Clinic, and she thought that was one of the best things, and I have a little clip about that.
To see the best. I said, I want to see the best healthcare system. I said, I want to go to Mayo. And she said, really? I said, yeah. I said, you said we can go anywhere. I said, get me into Mayo. I said, I want to spend time there seeing how a really large hospital system works, how the best healthcare in the country is delivered. And she did. She got me connected to someone at Mayo. And so I ended up going over to Mayo. I lived in Rochester in it was actually a hotel that a whole floor of it was set up for medical residents. So my roommate was she'd actually been a surgeon in Santiago, Chile, but was coming back here to get her medical degree and was practicing as a resident. So most of them were physicians. I think I was the only nurse at the time on that floor. But then, worked at St. Mary's, which was the main hospital campus for Mayo for 4 weeks. And again, it was a great experience, fabulous experience. Seeing how a large healthcare system operates, how it's designed, and just again that challenge if I could do it, I could go somewhere really big and thrive. So I found that incredibly valuable, and I think that was one of the best parts of the nursing program was that willingness of the professors to make those connections for you. And if you wanted to dream big, they said, we'll help you. And I loved that. I felt very supported in my nursing.
And then, so another thing that she went off with that was after she had gone to Mayo, she went on a trip to London and Paris, and she just said that was another one of the really good, really important things that she did because she was able to see so many different things coming to Oshkosh. And then when I asked her what her message she had for us students here, and her big thing was take opportunities that you're given, because things don't come around all the time. Like her going to Mayo, going overseas, just were incredible experiences that she doesn't think she would have been where she wouldn't be where she is today without them.